hope that you are well. Today I have a very exciting video for you, something that I've been wanting to make for absolutely ages, and also a requested one too. And that is what is in my backpacking day bag, but not just when I go backpacking, it's also my carry-on on a plane. And also at the moment it is my everyday bag. For those of you who don't know, I am currently freelance video producing, and although I'm based at home, I am technically a digital nomad because I can work from home and I can work from wherever I want in the world. And so this backpack, my backpacking day bag, my carry-on, is my life at the moment. Everything goes into this bag, I bring it every day, and I am going to show you what is in it. So first of all, I'm just going to show you what the bag is. It's called the Coolatron bag something or other. It's quite new and I got it off Amazon and I will link it below. By the way, I'm not being sponsored to make this video, they didn't even send this backpack to me, but I absolutely love it, so I'm going to be bloody raving about it. So because I recently upgraded my camera, I'm not just with a Canon G7x anymore, I have a Lumix GH5. It's much bigger, it's much bulkier, and I was like, okay, I need a bag to protect it. But I didn't want an actual camera bag or an actual camera satchel because they look so obvious and people know, if you're walking around with that, they will know that you have a camera in there. And I just, especially if I'm going backpacking to lots of different places, I didn't want that to be a super obvious thing. So I wanted a bag which I could put my camera in, which would protect it, but wouldn't be super obvious to everyone that there is a really expensive camera in there. And so I looked on Amazon for a little bit and I found this one, and that's how I came to pick this bag. So I'm gonna give you a tour of the main features and then I'm gonna show you what I put in there. So from the outside it looks like this, and this is what it looks like on. We've got outside pockets on each side. There's a small little outside compartment here. The place where you keep your camera is in the bottom section, so you zip this open. I don't know how easy this will be to show, and it comes open like this, and then there's this in here. So that's the camera bag. That looks like a normal camera bag, and you can take, not that this has handles or anything, and I very rarely do this, but you can take this out. So if you wanted to just put your camera, keep it protected but put it in a different bag, you can do that. But that fits perfectly into this bottom section, and then this just closes on like that, which I find really, really nifty. And then in the top compartment we've got just like this main area here. You have an inside plasticky pocket here. There's a couple of pen holders and stuff, but more importantly there is a laptop sleeve right at the back, and I don't know how well you can see that, but another one of my favourite things about this bag, and then I'll get on to showing you what I actually have in there. At the bottom back of the bag we have a waterproof thing to go over the whole bag when it starts raining. Well, I think it's water resistant as opposed to waterproof, but still, you've got valuables in there. I've got my laptop in there, I've got my camera. I don't want them getting wet, so when it rains you can just whack that out, and honestly I forget that it's even here, but so handy when it does start to rain. And another feature of it, which I've actually taken off right now and I have used before but I don't use very often, is that there's two straps which I've put in the outside pocket of here, which attach to the bottom of the bag around like this, and it allows you to put a tripod on there. So if you just have your bag and then you have like a tripod across the bottom, so it really is a professional photographer's or videographer's bag. It's really excellent and really caters to you. And now I'm going to show you what I actually keep in here, and I think I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up to the top. This bag is empty right now and I'm going to fill it as I tell you what goes in here. So in the little small compartment right at the front here, this is where I keep my first aidy kind of things. So there's only 3 types of medication which I always take around with me, and that's Ibuprofen. I have the 400 milligrams, which means that you only need to take 1 as opposed to 2, so I only need to take 1 little packet of it, and it tends to last me quite a long time. And then I have day nurse and night nurse, which if you don't know is the best cold and flu medicine like ever. If you just have a runny nose, if you're congested, anything like that, take day nurse, or if it's night nurse, and it literally just dries it up immediately, makes you feel so much better. I've never found any medication quite as effective as this, and you don't need it to be prescribed, but you do need to get it over the counter. And then I also have allergy relief tablets. I'm not overly allergic to anything. Like, I have mild hay fever sometimes and a very mild allergy to cats. I'm not affected very often, but if I am affected by something, it's an absolute nightmare if you don't have anything to kind of dry you up. For me, most of the time it's itchy eyes, and that just gets really annoying. So having allergy tablets is just, you know, it's really handy when I do suffer. And what I also normally always keep in here is just this little roll-on sun cream. It's just a little 50, very rarely use it, but if I do find that I'm outside, the sun's come out, I haven't prepared for it, it's just really good kind of emergency sun cream, I guess. Like, it weighs nothing. And then also, a little bit girly, TMI, sorry guys, I keep a couple of tampons in here as well, just in case I'm caught off guard. Obviously, if it is that time of month, then I will be carrying more than 2, but it's always good to have a couple in there, or if friends need any, you know, it's always just good. Now onto this middle camera section, because it's not just my camera that I keep in there. I normally put my camera on the left-hand side. I'm actually filming with it right now, so I can't show you what it looks like, but I will show you what it looks like after I finish filming. And then on the other side, I keep other important electricals. So what I often film with is the Rode Videomic Pro. This just attaches to, it's got hair on it. This just attaches to the top of my camera and just improves the audio. I don't use it all the time because honestly, I just find it a little bit of a faff just remembering to turn it on, turn it off, and I often have just audio issues, and I think that's just because I'm not a very good videographer yet. But I do always carry it around, and I mostly use it if I'm going to be filming somewhere outside where there's going to be lots of background noise and the audio is just not going to be as good. I just use this to enhance it. But normally, like, I mean, right now I'm not using it and this is fine, so. But I'll stick this on the right-hand side in here. I also carry in there this little bag which carries all of my extra SD cards. So we've got a 64 gig one here. Oh, this is a spare Canon G7x charger. I've got a hair tie in there, sure. I've got a micro SD and adapter in there as well. Very little things that are very easy to be lost, but still very valuable. I tend to keep in this bag, and that goes in here too. I also keep in there a few of my older hard drives. So at the moment I'm still making New Zealand content, and a lot of that footage is on a bunch of my older hard drives. So I keep that safe in that compartment as well. And finally, I also keep in here this, which is my portable charger. It charges my phone or my GoPro or whatever it is up to 4 times, which is really, really good. And I normally stick my iPhone charger along with that as well. So closing up that section of the bag and moving on to the top section. So the first thing, I'm gonna stick my laptop in the laptop sleeve. I normally do have a casing for it, but I recently spilled chocolate all over it, so I had to take it off. But yeah, it normally is protected much better than this. I have a MacBook Pro Retina 13-inch, something like that. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's my baby. I rely on it so much. I edit from this thing. I edit all my photos, all my videos, everything is done on this device, and I don't know what I'd do without it, so I'm going to place it very carefully in the laptop sleeve. I also keep my notepad in the same pocket. This is just a rose gold one. I just make any kind of notes here, really. Whatever I feel like jotting down. I tend to like to do that as opposed to writing notes down on my phone. I much prefer just to write them down on paper. I'm not too sure why, I just do. And then in this plastic sleeve of the inside pocket of this bag, this is where I keep my main hard drive. So I pretty much do everything on my laptop off of a hard drive. This comes around with me absolutely everywhere. I edit off this thing, I edit my own work, I edit clients' work, I keep all of my footage. I go through these really, really quickly. So this is just a My Passport for Mac 2 terabytes. I'm almost at the end of it, and I've had it for about 3 months, I think. Before this, I always used 1 terabyte, but it got to the point where literally I'd be going through one every 1 to 2 months, and that was just absolutely ridiculous. So I think in the future 2 terabytes is definitely working better for me, especially working off my new camera, the Lumix GH5. It's absolutely incredible, but it takes up so much space on the hard drive. Worth it, but it does mean that you need a lot of place to store it. And also in that same pocket, I keep my headphones. Now, I have these brand new headphones. They're white and rose gold, and I am absolutely obsessed with them. They're from Studio Sweden, and they are my first ever Bluetooth pair of headphones. So I don't need to plug it into anything. They're very noise cancelling. Like, I already don't know if I'm speaking to you very different because I've just popped them in, and it's literally as quick as just pressing a button. It connects to my phone, it connects to my laptop, and it's so nice just to be able to move around, move away from my laptop, move away from my phone and do things and not have this crazy wire that's just, I'm getting all tangled in. And white and rose gold is actually a big theme for my new bedroom, which I haven't showed you yet, mostly because I have not finished it. But it's going to go very well with my new bedroom. So yes, absolutely obsessed with these. And this is super cool. Studio Sweden have actually given me a discount code for you guys to use. It's Backpacking Bananas 15, and you can get 15% off any of their products. And honestly, I've been so happy with these. I've been using them for about 3 weeks now, and it's just a game changer. So I will link them down below, and I'll write in the description box that discount code as well. So there's my hard drive and my headphones, which I just keep in there. And then in the main bulk of it, I keep my laptop charger. So I don't bring my camera chargers around with me anywhere, because I find that they generally will last the whole day, so I'll keep them either at home or in a other bag that I have. But my laptop charger, I like to have that with me, because if I'm on the go, if I'm working in a cafe, if I'm just working here, there and everywhere, it's gonna need charging up. So yes, just keep that in the main section. I keep a couple of pens, of course, for the notebook writing. And I do still carry around my Canon G7x, just because, I mean, it's still a super amazing camera, super compact, and I don't always want to have to grab my GH5, because I mean, it's hefty and it's attention drawing, and so if I want to stay discreet, this is definitely still worth it. And it's also still easier to film myself using a G7X, so if I'm just vlogging around, definitely have this with me. And other than that, we've just kind of got small things to go. So I've got my sunglasses, they're normally in there. I normally carry around an Impulse fragrance spray, just for those times where you're like, oh, I'm about to meet someone new and I need to smell a bit better. Like, I just think it's always great to carry these kind of things around. I have my gum, which is always in there. I have my little key bundle, which has my house keys, my car keys. I've got a little bottle opener on here, which I have used several times. I've got a USB, which I never thought I would use, and I actually have. I've used that several times. And then a Amsterdam clock. I've never used that, but it's cute. And of course, if I am actually flying somewhere and this is my airplane carry-on, I obviously have my passport with me, and I normally put that in this clear section here with the hard drive and my headphones. And also, depending on the weather, I normally have an umbrella in there. Since I am currently in England, it's in there most of the time. And finally, the very last thing that goes on there, which I always have on me no matter what, is my purse. I used to use my actual purse, but now I just use this clutch bag thing, because if I'm ever out and about and then I'm suddenly going somewhere where I don't want to bring my whole backpack, I will literally just bring this, and I have my money in here, I have a couple of lipsticks, I carry a bit of gum, I can stick my phone in here, I can stick my keys in here, and it's basically just the absolute essentials for when I'm going somewhere and I don't need my filming equipment, I don't need my working equipment, or I'm going on a night out, and I just keep it in this bag so I can take it in and out. I'm all about convenience. And so that just goes in the top there. So this top section is looking a bit like this. Oh, everything falling out. That's the one annoyance with this bag, is that, you know, you open this top section and it's quite easy for things to fall out, so you just kind of have to keep it upright. I was going to show you my business cards, because I normally carry around those as well, but I was at World Travel Market last week and I gave all of them away, every single one of them, so I can't show you them. And there we have it! Woohoo! This is my bag! This is what I carry around every single day. I feel like I have downsized a lot more from when I had this bag. I used this for absolutely years. This is the Nike Legend backpack, and it was my day bag for ages, but I think I could just fit too much in here and it was too big. I still use this for weekends away and whatnot, but I like this one. It is a bit smaller, but it makes me go, all right, you're just gonna have these things, because if you've seen my packing videos before, I think you know I have a tendency to overpack, and I do tend to just, oh, but what if I need this? Oh, but what if I need this? And I'll just pack as much as I think I need, but realistically, I don't need that much. But I have showed you everything that I bring around with me. That's everything that I use to film, everything that I use to edit, everything I need to be be a digital nomad and live that life. At least I think, and it works for me, and so I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some inspiration or ideas. Do you think I'm missing anything? Is there anything that you have in your day backpack which you're like, this is amazing, Christian needs to have this? Because I'd love to know. And a little bit of gossip for you is that I am very, very close to booking my one-way ticket back to Australia at the end of January. I am beside myself with excitement. I've been saving up for this, and I'm going to be doing parts of Southeast Asia as well, and I feel like I haven't been to, well, it's not I feel like I haven't been, I literally have not been to Southeast Asia in 4.5 years or something, and it will have been 5 years by the time I actually go back, so I'm so excited. And before I go and do Australia and Southeast Asia, I'm going to be making an updated what's in my backpack for that. So if those are places that you are heading soon or at some point in the future, make sure you are looking out for that video. I really enjoy making these packing videos, and I love seeing what other people have in their backpacks as well. I love watching other people's backpacking videos, so I really hope you have found this useful. I'm not too sure what my next video is going to be, but whatever it is, I will see you then. Bye!